Breaking news overnight, a top Mexican official says the World Health Organization was slow to react in the early stages of the swine flu outbreak and now wants a probe. With 5 probable cases of swine flu in the state of Wisconsin and hundreds of national cases confirmed now, Governor Doyle declared a public health emergency in the Badger State. That puts the state's Department of Health and Human Services in charge. Police in Los Angeles say a man now in his 70s is likely one of the worst serial killers in California's history. And they say DNA evidence links him to crimes that were committed more than 30 years ago. 72-year-old John Floyd Thomas is in custody in connection with a cold case investigation. Thomas's DNA matched the evidence from 2 killings in 1972 and 76, but police say Thomas's killing spree may have started all the way back in 1955. And good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Roland Beres. April has turned into the deadliest month so far this year for American troops in Iraq. The latest deaths announced this morning by the U.S. military.
Dog lovers, get ready. The Dairyland Classic Dog Show gets underway today at the Alliant Energy Center. How they decide on the top pooch.
All right. And also John Daly is back on the links. That'll wake you up. The crazy outfit that he wore, and he's known for them, of course, as you can see here. We think it might have been visible by the naked eye all the way back in the United States, but we're not sure about that. All right, let's get the latest on it to brighten up our day, which we need.
For sure.
With all the clouds outside this morning.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to be a fly on the wall of the racquetball court.
You wouldn't last long.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Well, here's an innovative idea. Kentucky Fried Chicken is getting into the road repair business.
That's right. They're repairing potholes in selected cities like Chattanooga, Tennessee. Why are they doing this? Well, here's the catch. They get to stencil their name on the potholes, at least temporarily. Still, not a bad idea. It saves the city's money.
I have no problem with
Cuban
that.
officials say they are against the United States' latest move to keep Cuba on the list of countries suspected of sponsoring terrorism. The U.S. State Department released its yearly report on global terrorism, which still lists Cuba as harboring terrorists. Cuba's foreign minister contends that Cuba has never supported terrorism and that the U.S. has no proof to support its accusation. But coming back, left is right and right is left. And these drivers are making that difficult transition during races at scale speeds up to 200 miles per hour. And there's no way they can miss out on it once they have that number in their hot little hand, or cold little hand, as the case may be, considering the weather outside overnight. There's a small handful of rooms within this Trek facility that are strictly off limits. This door behind me is one of them, because what goes on behind there will shape cycling for years to come. Something you might not know about ice is that thinner is faster.
He's going to see cars. He has to estimate the speed with his eye first.
When this science class started learning about the speed of light, they found the perfect partner in crime.
And there goes another one.
And all it took was a short walk down the hallway with a Madison police officer armed with a laser speed gun.
This is a laser operator. Okay, this is Officer Murphy. He's in his car.
Just in front of the school, a group of police cars were using lasers to track speeders.
You know, it offers a golden opportunity for them to learn, and hopefully maybe they'll take some of that back home to their parents. And at the same time, you know, it fits right in with the science project.
We actually have a student whose parent works for the Madison Police Department, so we had a connection right there and figured we'd make it a real-world situation.
The students learn how tiny pulses of laser light reflected off a car can determine that car's distance and speed with great accuracy. And they got to see how it works with their own eyes.
This wasn't just a science lesson, it was also a lesson in the behavior of drivers. Despite 3 clearly visible police cars and even a camera crew here in a school zone, there's no shortage of people to stop for speeding right here along Fish Hatchery Road.
Fish Hatchery always produces citations, and we're not stopping people for 5 to 10 miles an hour over. I mean, we're typically going 15. See this driver right here? That driver right there is going to get stopped.
Clearly, the students weren't the only ones learning a lesson here. Ben Hobbins is a lifelong fisherman who grew up on Lake Mendota. He loves the peace and quiet of casting a rod.
It's really deadly.
And waiting for the fish to bite.
Okay, there's a big one right down there, right next to the lure.
But that peaceful world has been thrown upside down of late thanks to his new invention.
And I'm sure my phone is ringing now at home and, you know, in my office and probably in my car.
What the heck? This is fishing.
Yeah. Well, the market is huge.
Ben has created a new fishing lure called the Ironclad that's revolutionizing the $300 million lure industry. It looks like any other lure, and it comes in the usual bright colors. Only these lures have a special polyester mesh inside, adapted from skin graft technology that makes them tough as nails.
When you hook into these things, because of the skin graft technology, the hooks do not come out. You can't get it off the hook. It's impossible to rip it off.
Standard lures like these come off easily. They come off when fish bite. They come off going through the weeds. Heck, they even come off on a hard cast. And every year, 25 million pounds of these end up at the bottom of our waterways. And that is a problem.
You put one of these next to, for example, a polystyrene cup. It will eat it away. It will dissolve it. Not only that, the chemicals, some of the plasticizers that are used emulate estrogen, so they're nasty materials.
Professor Tim Oswald was instrumental in helping Hobbins develop the process for making the lures at the UW Polymer Engineering Center. The next step is to collaborate on a silicone lure that will biodegrade if it's ever lost and not hurt the environment. But just by staying on the line, the Ironclads are already making a difference that's positively Wisconsin.